Today we're going to be doing some game chasing. I woke up at 0:30, had to drive to Missouri, pick something up really cool for the game collection. I couldn't record because it was dark. We ended up getting this item for the game collection, which I'll show at the end of the video. But on the way back to Arkansas, we're going to do some game chasing. Right now we're in Rogers, Arkansas, and we're at our first game store, so we're just getting started. What do you hope to find, Brian?
I'm looking for some different Game Boy games, some Genesis games, just whatever catches my eye.
And you know me, I'm still looking for Earthbound. I got my eyes set on one on eBay, but you know, if I found one today, that'd be even better. So let's see what we can find.
Fingers crossed.
And here's the first game store in Rogers, Arkansas. We have an N64 transfer pack in the blister, Capcom Fighter Stick, and a light gun for the Super Nintendo. And over here is a Guitar Hero rechargeable battery kit, which is pretty cool. I always seem to find new stuff for Guitar Hero. And these 3DO control pads you don't see every day. And a multi-tap. First game exchange, kind of a bust. They had some cool stuff in there, but we didn't pick anything up. Now we're at a place called Vintage Stock, still in Rogers, Arkansas. Second store in Arkansas. I've never been to this store, so I'm excited to check it out. I see games. In the bottom of this case is PSP games. There's Dracula X Chronicles. Up here is Super Nintendo, DS, 3DS, N64, and PS Vita all jumbled together, so it's kind of hard to see everything. Over here some controllers and accessories. There's an NES Advantage, but I'm really looking for big scores today.
I thought this thing was kind of, yeah, it's only $40. I think this is actually kind of old. Yeah, 1994.
I found this cool interactor, which is like a big rumble pack that you wear, but I ended up passing on it even though they had multiple copies. It works with Super?
I think so. Let's see. Yeah, Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. That's pretty neat.
Wayne's World.
Oh yeah, party time, excellent.
I had a bunch of loose games too, but I didn't really need any, so I ended up skunking on the second store as well. I just picked this up. How much is this one? I got mine from Retro Rex for 15 as well, but mine didn't have engraving in it either. Alright, just got out of Vintage Stock. I didn't buy anything, but Brian, what'd you get? A giant vibrator?
Yeah, it's an Aura Interactor virtual reality gameware. And I mean, I guess it just shakes you up while you're playing stuff. I don't know, we'll check it out and see.
First pickup of the day, a giant vibrator. Another game exchange in Bentonville, Arkansas. Let's check it out. Man, look at this glass. You know these games are going to be faded. I need fire dogs. Got some complete in box. NES games. True Life. Super Thunder Black.
Sonic Advance. Castlevania. 2 of them.
Got some good stuff here.
Yeah, they do. I think all this come out of their warehouse whenever they were getting it out.
All these games over here are factory sealed, so if you're ever in Northwest Arkansas and you collect factory sealed games, make sure to check this store out. It was really neat to see. Second game exchange had some cool stuff, but I didn't pick anything up. I needed Fire Dogs, but it had a really bad rip label, so I ended up passing on that. Now we're at our third game exchange in Springdale, Arkansas. And this is the first ever game exchange. And they also have a warehouse here. It's going to be pretty cool to check this one out. Is that for sale? It's cool to see. Look at all those. This is the most stocked one I've seen. Look at all these Star Wars. Shadow of the Empire.
Yeah, got a ton of them. NWO, WCW.
That is insane. They need to move some of these back to the warehouse.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a good price on that.
What's that?
Donkey Kong for NES?
Oh yeah, Donkey Kong Classics, yeah.
Space Mutants. Some good prices. Sonic
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, I saw that. I think it's...
There's another Wayne's World.
That's actually $10 cheaper than the other one.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Dune.
I can't see how much that Back to the Future is, but it looks beat up.
Hatchers. Good old Hatcher. You already have Speedy though, don't you?
I don't think so. I almost picked it up at that one game exchange.
Oh, that's right.
But it was missing manual and it was really beat. I'll pick that up. I needed Speedy Gonzalez, but it was in rough shape, so I passed. It smells good over here. Hey, Sparkster, 125. Loose, that's crazy.
How's the Sparkster look?
Good, really good. They got the Super Black Bass. Super Battleship. Look at all these Jurassic Parks, dude. You need Jurassic Park? They got you. They got you covered.
I don't need one, I need 20.
Best basketball game of all time, Bill Lambier's Combat Basketball. So the third game exchange was pretty cool. A lot of cool stuff, but nothing that I needed in there, so... Actually, it was.
It's not in the condition.
Now we're at another vintage stock store, so let's go check it out. Fayetteville Vintage Stock. This vintage stock had a smaller selection than the last one, so we didn't spend much time in here. Vintage stock didn't have the stock that I needed, so we're here at Game Exchange in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Let's check it out. Cheesy line. When I collected NES, I never ran into complete in box games out in the wild, but here we are. Man, I can't wait to collect for this system again. Hey, that's a one you don't see.
Yeah,
Sterling Sharp and
that's a good looking one. Yeah.
Combat Tribes. We were just talking about that earlier.
Faux show.
Oh, that's a good game. $25. Wonder if it's complete.
For Magic Kingdom?
Yeah. I might get that if it's complete. Fifth Game Exchange, Van Buren, Arkansas. Let's go. This store had Rocketeer complete in box for Super Nintendo, but it was missing the manual, so they ended up giving me a $10 discount, which was cool. Here we are at Game Exchange number 6 in Fort Smith. I did end up picking a game up at the 5th Game Exchange in Van Buren. I got the Rocketeer. So this was $29.99 complete in box, and it's in excellent shape, but it was actually missing the manual. So I asked if they'd knock some money off because it was missing the manual, and they knocked $10 off. So for $20, I got the Rocketeer, and then I just gotta chase down the manual. So pretty cool. Now let's check out the 6th Game Exchange. Oh man, look at this. Breath of Fire 2 right there. Breath of Fire 2. The guy was just talking about him.
Goonies? That's a 5-screw Goonies.
The first thing I'll say about this game exchange is it's the cleanest one I've ever stepped foot in. There wasn't a bunch of guitars and toys laying all over the ground. It was really nice. Ignition Factor for Super Nintendo. Hey look, Snow White.
Showing up.
So after walking around the store a while deciding if I wanted to buy Breath of Fire 1 and 2, I decided to buy them, and as we paid for them and were leaving, the guy said he had a bunch of boxes and manuals in the back, and then he brings us gold.
Dang.
I want that box. See how much they do on that.
Rocket?
Yeah. That's dope, man.
I think it has the stuff in it. I hate the way N64s or both sides are dog-eared. Hey, it's got the manual. Dude, do you have that one?
No.
You set that bad boy
What
aside.
in the heck is going on right
this
now?
is the price for this. That's actually a good deal because this is the player's choice is harder to find.
I just got the black copy.
Dude, Demolition Man.
I don't have it. That has everything in it. Mortal Kombat 2. This is wild, dude. I have it.
Warlock. That's actually a good game.
Pitfall. There's actual Pitfall.
Wild Snake.
I have it.
It's pretty hefty.
Dang. I think I need the Pitfall manual, like I said. Dude.
Pitfall, yeah.
Oh, this is Jack, though.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I still see how much they want for it.
Yeah, this is manual. It's got a registration card and something Hollywood video.
So do you know what kind of prices these are going to be at, or?
So I just price chart them and I look at condition of the box and kind of go
Okay.
off of that roughly.
You have it?
Nope, don't have it. I don't have Wayne's World either. And I just saw that cart somewhere.
Yeah, it's pretty common cart. That's actually it's annoying, but it's kind of a fun game. Dude, that's a good one.
King Arthur. I don't think I have that one.
That was one of the very last, probably 5 games I needed, and I got it complete because I couldn't find a nice loose one.
South Park.
Sarge,
You need a Donkey Kong Country that has everything in it.
I don't need to be throwing pieces. Cruising USA, that's a nice Cruising USA.
Man, all these stores we hit and got skunked, and we just scored the major jackpot at this game exchange. Fort Smith Game Exchange hooked us up with boxes and manuals. Oh man, I can't wait to show you guys what I got. It's so cool. So it was a crazy day. I didn't get any footage of the last 2 stores. We hit about 10 stores total. In the last 2, we got there right before closing. So the second to last store, they closed at 7? Yeah, 7 o'clock, and we got there at like 6:38. And they actually stayed open a little bit later for us. So unfortunately, I didn't get any time to get any footage there, but I got a lot of great stuff at that one. And then the very last store, I didn't find anything anyway. But everything on the shelf behind me, including the shelf itself, is what I picked up today. And the shelf is why I went out in the first place. I ended up winning it off eBay a couple weeks ago, and I finally went and picked it up today. So this is the NES shelf, and this was in a Walmart. The seller worked at the Walmart, and as they were getting rid of this shelf, they told him he could have it for $10 in a donation. Then he finally went to go sell it, and I bought it. Here it is. So it does have a little bit of yellowing, and I need to clean it up, but I got it for a really good deal compared to what I've seen them listed for before. I'm really happy to add this thing to the collection. And as you've seen from the video, I was getting skunked most of the day, except for the shelf, because the shelf was the first pickup of the day. But then we ended up going to a game exchange, and I found the Rocketeer, and it said complete in box $29.99 on it. And I asked to open it because it was wrapped in cellophane, and when I opened it, there was no manual. So I asked them if they could do any better on the price, and they said they'd take $10 off because it didn't have a manual. So for 20 bucks, I got the box and cart for Rocketeer. And later on in the day, I found the manual for it for $5. So for $25, I got this complete in box. And the next game exchange after that, I ended up finding Breath of Fire 1 and 2 complete in box. And they were pretty good deals as well. Breath of Fire 1 has everything but the registration card, and they ended up knocking money off just because it didn't have the registration card, which is really cool because they didn't have to do that. And Breath of Fire 2, they actually dropped the price $35 on this because whatever they used to price these dropped $35. And I was really debating on buying those because, like I said, I've been wanting to buy an Earthbound, and I wanted to save the money for Earthbound. But if I didn't buy those, I don't think the events that happened next would have unfolded the way they did. Because as I was paying for these games, they ended up asking if we could come back at a later time because they had some boxes and manuals in the back of the store. And we were like, can we just see them now? And they're like, sure. And that's when they brought out the bins of boxes and manuals out. And I got some really good deals out of that. First of all, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Collector's Edition. This is the box and manual. There's no cart in here. But he was asking $100, which was already a good deal, especially for this condition, and I ended up talking them down to $60. So I got the box and manual for $60, and the game, the collector's edition of the game, goes for about $100. So for $160, I'll have a really nice copy of the collector's edition of Ocarina of Time. Also for N64, I got GoldenEye 007. This is the box, manual, and all the inserts, no cart. And I ended up getting all this for $30. And I think the cart's only like $20, $25. So around 50 bucks, I'm gonna have a complete box of GoldenEye 007. Also from that store, I ended up getting some manuals. Super Scope, NBA Jam Tournament Edition, Street Fighter 2, Bart's Nightmare, and Dirt Track FX. And I have boxes for all these in games, but I didn't have the manuals, and now I have the manuals. I also ended up getting the manual for Brain Lord, which is in here. I didn't get the box at that store, but I got the manual. And all the manuals were $5 to $10 a piece. Also at that same game exchange, I got King Arthur, the Knights of Justice box and manual, and Demolition Man box and manual. Finally at that game exchange, I got Tecmo Secret of the Stars box only, and I got this for $30. Power Rangers, the Fighting Edition, and this was only $5 because it had damage up here, but I'll buy it for $5 even with the damage. And I got Wayne's World for $10, which was also a really great deal. And finally at the last store that I didn't get any footage at because we barely made it with enough time and they ended up staying late for us, was all the other boxes. And I think 2 of them had manuals. And those boxes are Brain Lord, Wiz, which is box and manual, Young Merlin, which I have the cart for already, Obidus. Oh, and all these boxes had trays in them, all but like 2 of them. So that was really nice. Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego, Dig and Spike Volleyball, Super Aquatic Games, Lemmings, Utopia, Hubert 3, Kablooey, Jurassic Park Part 2, Bazooka Blitzkrieg, Pack Attack, Mario is Missing, Illusion of Gaia, True Lies, Barbie Supermodel, Nobunaga's Ambition, Romance 3, Romance 4, Addams Family Values, Newman Haas IndyCar, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters, Shadowrun, and last but not least is the Jetsons. And all these boxes are in really excellent shape too, and we ended up getting a 10% discount on them, which was really cool. And they were already a really good price to begin with anyway. So it was an absolutely epic weekend for my collection. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to subscribe, and I'll be bringing you more videos like this. Also make sure to leave a thumbs up for the NES shelf. Until next time, I'm Gamer Wayne, and thanks for watching.